Can this game go a couple days? Can it go a week without controversy? I swear, man. If not for something else happening of intense consequence in November, this would be the biggest disaster of the month. But they are really trying to make up for lost time and lost opportunity by forcing this stuff into everybody's face. But here's the thing, man. The more you try to make a product seem like it's super popular, the more it's likely to be exposed as not being popular at all. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows booth receives sparse traffic at a Japanese expo because, yeah, you want to go in, okay? You wanted to set your Assassin's Creed game in feudal Japan, which a lot of people have been asking for a very long time, but you wanted to go ahead and DEI it up. Well, you end up with these consequences. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And no, we're not just talking about Ubisoft's latter-day output. A report claims that Ubisoft's booth at the Japan Expo for Assassin's Creed Shadow received sparse traffic throughout the weekend. Ex-user RC166 shared photos from the convention on July 12th and commented, "The other booths were crowded, but Assassin's Creed Shadows booth, as you can see, the chairs were used as resting spots. I wonder if the French are angry too." Not really, but oof, that's tough, man. And nobody's even watching the presentation. It's just, yeah, we need a spot to sit down before we go through what the Nintendo's doing. Combs would react to the post and share more information from his sources on the ground. First, he stated, "The bad news and outright awful mistakes Ubisoft is making are just piling up. There is more than what I can post in a day." The Assassin's Creed booth was empty at Japan Expo compared to the other crowded booths. Even the French don't seem to be excited for the game. On July 14th, he added, "Just got a report from somebody at Japan Expo. Ubisoft staff are asking that anyone using the seats of Assassin's Creed Shadow booth to turn around and face their screen. People were using them as benches to watch a much more popular Nintendo booth across the way. Nobody cares about Ubisoft." Oof, even at their own booth. That's tough, man. Next, he shared another photo from a booth and wrote, another shot of Assassin's Creed Shadows booth. "They're using exclusive gameplay, but it's the same video they've already posted on YouTube." Oh no, so now they're lying to the people that aren't paying attention. But if you stay till the end, Ubisoft gives you a bag of goodies. Cool, that you could trade for what? Better seat placement at the Nintendo stop? The official Assassin's Creed France account on X had previously promised that the booth would give potential players an immersive experience, where it initially promoted it back on July 11th with these promotional images. Okay, and it's very interesting, right? The Katana and Yasuke's mask by Pure Arts Limited, or even the artwork from the game. Our Ubisoft stand at Japan Expo offers you an immersive experience. We'll immerse you in the spirit of the game with us until Sunday, July 14th. But there were some eagle-eyed people who seen this tweet when it ended up going up, and as you can see, it made the rounds. 834,500 views. Not bad, and especially good traffic, even though the limited reach on that, limited interaction for Ubisoft, for any Ubisoft account in this day and age, that's actually not all that bad. It hasn't been completely and totally ratioed, at least to the degree that they've become accustomed to, but there was one image that is right there that people were picking up on, much more eagle-eyed viewers and people that are much more immersed in the culture, assessed, and started to call it out, because if it wasn't for history being stolen, co-opted, contorted, and perverted, you're taking much more popular entertainment, iconography, and incensing another fan base. Assassin's Creed Shadows accused of using Zoro's sword from One Piece and props from Amazon as official artwork. Yeah, like I said, man, they can't go but a couple of days without doing something intensely stupid. Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows are being accused of using One Piece's Zoro's, I don't watch One Piece, I can't pronounce names, Katana, as well as props purchased from Amazon as official artwork for the game. Yeah, and a post from the game's official French account on X, a translation from DeepL reads, "Katana and Yasuke's mask." Yup, we read through all of this stuff, being immersing you in the spirit until Sunday, July 14th, but people were already immersed in it by the time that you posted everything. The company was accused by ex-user Kayab Schumann, of grabbing the products off Amazon. A translation from DeepL reads, "Official Assassin's Creed Shadow merchandise is available from Amazon." Oof. Yeah. And then shared a number of images that match what the Assassin's Creed France account, account posted. And yeah, it kind of looks oddly a lot like, yeah, including the specific kanji that are there. And yeah, the sheath for the katana looks pretty accurate. I'm just saying. And oh, same with the doll. Yeah, it's really not good at all, man. Okay, checking back in with Grums again. Also identified the katana and the stand as Zoro's sword from One Piece. He wrote on X, Ubisoft ripped off One Piece. Gives fake samurai Yasuke Zoro's katana at Japan Expo. That's going to piss off even more Japanese. Yeah, he continued. I'm getting sent a flood of references for what Assassin's Creed Shadow has ripped off from Japanese artists, but this is the worst one so far. Yeah, and if you're going to be ripping off anything, okay, like, why are you ripping off what is arguably the most, well, it's not even arguably the most popular manga and anime in the world right now? Like, have you no shame? Well, it is Ubisoft. I think I already answered my question. Both the katana and the stand are sold by a French company called Phenomen? Sure. That sells reproduction of Zoro's Sandai Kitetsu. A katana and stand are listed on the company's website for $40. So they couldn't even rip off something that is like reasonably expensive. They had to go to the cheap shit. $15 for the geisha statue. Well, okay, cool. At least that's the most expensive of the different collections, but you can get 5% off if you buy, I don't know, probably other geisha dolls as well. Similar listing is available for all 3-piece. No, we're talking about 1-piece. Oh, no, right. The Didision, okay, through Amazon. That's a lot of interesting information. Accusations come in the wake of Japanese politician Satoshi Hamada signaling he could bring the game up in front of the Japanese Diet, the Japanese legislature. Hamada indicated on X earlier this week requests for opinions. We have received a consultation regarding the alteration of Japan history by a French game company. French Canadian. That is somehow worse. We share the consultation the consultation images below. We have also quoted a post that we believe point out the problem in the game in question. We would be happy to receive your comments and suggestions, including specific requests. And yes, they did an entire video on this, but honestly, man, how can they keep up this pace of finding controversy week after week after week? Because yeah, you have them potentially going in front of Japanese Congress, and just before that, you also had them getting exposed and taking accountability for stealing the Sekigahara Rifle Corps banner without their permission. The art in question will not be used or distributed any further beyond this date, except for being included in an art book. Yeah, it won't be used any further, except for when it's going to be used further in a collector's edition. We deeply apologize for this matter. We had no idea anybody would, well, really care all that much, because we're out here we're just a tiny indie studio. You might have heard of us, called Ubisoft before. Like, we're working on a shoestring budget for one of our tentpole releases this year. Like, okay, listen, because everything else that we're doing, man, all of our research teams, we had to go ahead and put them over on Star Wars, okay, for Star Wars Outlaws. That's going to be coming out. That's going to be an equal disaster. And well, we know how rich the world and the lore is when it comes to Star Wars, and we didn't have to steal or make anything up except for Han Solo's persona and just sticking a set of tits and an even worse haircut on that one and then going, totally different story. Hey, look at, we got a bounty hunter with an alien sidekick working for Jabba the Hutt. Nobody's going to notice the difference that we just simply stuck a chick in Han Solo's story and made her lame and gay. I don't know if she's gay yet, but come on, it's Ubisoft. We had all of our historians over there, combing through the archives, making sure that one was correct. And yeah, it's not like feudal Japan has a rich history that we can't go ahead and pay homage to. We need to just go ahead and rip off certain elements because, well, all of those guys, all the historians, they were busy. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. Ubisoft Quebec went to great lengths consulting source documentation and building a network of expert historians, professors, and cultural consultants to help the team build a world as authentically as possible, from castle construction principles to tea ceremonies to tatami alignments. So that's why you stole a rifle corps banner. Yeah, you needed to make sure that it was accurate. The team made trips to Japan to help them properly grasp the landscape and the culture, and more importantly, connect with Ubisoft Tokyo and Osaka teams who helped the creation of the game. Yes, exactly. And while you were there, you had to figure out, oh shit, we didn't do any research when it came to katanas. I don't know, just hop on Amazon real quick and just try not to find one that's too terribly popular. So, because we know that you bastardized a Japanese history to a point where now you could end up on charges, or at least in front of a congressional hearing, due to your besmirchment. But now you're out here vandalizing one of the more important, if not the most, currently at this point in time. You could argue Dragon Ball Z has a much larger impact, but One Piece isn't that much of a step down. But you're vandalizing that lore and trying to adopt it as your own. Yeah, maybe it is appropriate. Now it's starting to make a lot more sense why your samurai is who he is, especially with your shady practices that have been exposed here in recent months. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo, and I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.